One's here. Now what? It makes great sense. It makes great sense. Okay, BJ, go grab me the Ten Commandment chart.
But it makes sense because if no one talking to you.
Enough, BJ. Enough. Yeah, enough. Enough.
And it makes sense because
Enough, I said. Enough. You don't have to explain to him. All right, so as per usual, we're going to roll through these 10 commandments. So, what's the first commandment? First of all, let me ask y'all this. We need to know where to locate the 10 commandments in the scriptures, right? Where is the 10 commandments? Do y'all know? Okay, so if you have a Bible, which I know you have one at home, whenever you navigate through your Bible, the 10 commandments are located in the book of Exodus in the 20th chapter. Exodus is the second book in the Torah. It's located in the 20th chapter of Exodus. So Exodus 20 starts off with the commandments. What's the first commandment?
you should not have no other gods before me.
So, what does that mean exactly?
It means,
Y'all take turns. You do the first one, then you do.
it means not to have like anything that is basically not having anything that you worship more than you do from the Most High.
Yeah, that's exactly what it means. But it's not just about worship. It's about stuff that you put your time into, right? That's why you have in here, it's got a credit card, it's got fame, it's got money, it's got power, it's got magazines, because these are things that consumes people's lives. Money, trying to obtain money, trying to become rich, right? That's stuff that people get consumed with when you're supposed to put the Most High first, because the thing is, if you put the Most High first, if you desire to have wealth, He'll give you wealth. Like, it's not a big thing to get wealth, right? Y'all with me?
Yes.
Okay. What's the second commandment? Enough. Can you see it?
Yeah.
What does it say? Oh, this one. What does it say?
Number 3 or number 2?
Number 2.
You shall not make yourself an idol.
An idol, right? So, what's an idol, first of all?
Like you can make a statue without him.
A statue, yeah. A statue can be an idol. A statue is a physical idol. But you ever heard of a TV show called American
That sound?
Idol?
No.
That's what all these new shows is based off of. America's Got Talent, The Masked Singer, all these shows is based off of a show called American Idol, right? So an idol is something is something or someone, a physical object that you put before the Most High, right? That you bow down to, like you said, and worship and say, oh, I wear this for good luck, right? This is my lucky whatever, my lucky socks, my lucky shoes, my lucky, because you're saying that this thing is giving you the power to accomplish something, when we know that all your strength come from where? The Most High, right? The Most High give you the strength, the talent, the will, the encouragement to complete any task. So that's what an idol is. If you give Yah's credit to something or someone else, right? And you idolize it, like I want to be like him, or I want to, no, be the best you because the Most High made you to be the best you. You understand that? Okay. What's number 3?
You should not misuse the name of Yahweh.
So do you know what it means to misuse Yah's name? Go ahead. Go ahead, let BJ answer first, then you go. What do you mean?
Like when you say you swear you didn't do something, but you really did do it.
Yeah, that's yeah, absolutely. And also, if you the scripture says that it says that if my people who are called by my name, right? We have the name of the Most High on us. You understand that? We are His people. We are His quote unquote His wife in a sense, right? So we are called by His name. So if you misuse His name, because that means when you do wrong, also if you do wrong, then that means that you take His name in vain. You put dirt on His name. You follow what I'm saying? You misuse His name because you called by the Most High's name. So it's just like this. If y'all did something that was wrong, right? Everybody gonna look at me and say, how you let them do that? What is your dad doing, right? They're gonna look at me like I'm doing a poor job of raising you. You follow what I'm saying? So, number 4, or no?
Remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy.
So what does that mean?
You know, I think vegetables. I think any spiritual thing.
So what's the point of watching VeggieTales? What does VeggieTales do? I noticed that y'all use that reference every week, but what does VeggieTales do? What does VeggieTales mean? Like, what does watching VeggieTales do? Help you learn what? In a sense, yeah, it does. VeggieTales have a lot of principles in it that teach you how to be good young men, right? A lot of principles, a lot of moral value to VeggieTales that teach you how to be a good person, right? Teach you values. So that's what watching VeggieTales does for you, right? But same thing with reading the scriptures. It teaches you about the Most High, but it teaches you good values, how to follow the Torah. So in order to follow something, you got to learn about it, right? So that's what reading the scriptures does for you. What'd you have, EJ? You got something?
I was about to say, about the VeggieTales, I was about to say, they read the scriptures.
Yeah, but it's other things that keeping the Sabbath day holy or set apart means, right? So what don't we do on the Sabbath?
We don't work.
We don't work.
We don't pay, or we don't buy.
We don't buy. We don't conduct business, right?
We don't get money.
Yep. We don't conduct business on the Shabbat. We don't buy, we don't sell, we don't work, we don't do certain things that we would do on any normal day, right? Because it's set apart, it's different. And you remember, do y'all know the story of the creation? What did the Most High do on the 7th day? What did He do? He rested, right? So that's why He gave us the Sabbath day for rest. Is it a restriction? You know what restriction means? Restriction means it's something like you stopping us from doing it because we want to do it. Is it a restriction? Is He taking something from us by giving us the Sabbath day to rest? Is He taking away? No. He giving something to us, right? He giving us a day of rest because we work 6 days a week, right? Aren't y'all happy when the weekend come and you don't have to do schoolwork and you don't, right? It's a gift, right? You're like, yes, finally it's the weekend. That's what the Shabbat is, right? When you work, you've been working hard all week long. Finally, yes, we get a day of rest, right? What about number 5, B?
Honor your father and your mother. So, honor your father and your mother so that you may live long in the land Yahuwah Elohim has given you.
That's right. So what land did Yah give us?
The wilderness,
What land did the Most High give the children of Israel?
the kingdom,
What land is the landmass?
Egypt.
No, sir.
Um,
What's Yah's people called?
Israelites.
Called what?
Israelites.
Israelites, right? So what? He gave us what?
Israel.
He gave us the land of Israel. So the land of Israel is a physical landmass, right?
Yeah.
It's a physical landmass, right? So when he gave us that land and he led us into the land, this is when he gave us the 10 Commandments. And honoring your father and your mother was a requirement so that your days would be long in the land, right? What does it mean to honor your father and your mother? Go ahead, now. Give me one way that you honor your father and your mother. Don't disrespect them. BJ, you got one?
Do what they say.
Do what they say. Lele, you got one? Not talking back. That's a form of disrespect. Don't talk back. Do what they say. And what's the biggest one? It's one that's very, very big. What? What, Nani? What you gonna say?
I was gonna say, do what they tell you
Do what they tell you when.
when they tell you.
That's good. What you was gonna say, B?
Do what they tell you the first time
That's good.
when they're not around.
Say it again. Do what they tell you to do when they're not around. When nobody's around, when nobody watching you, do the right thing at all times, right? What's that called?
Integrity.
Integrity. Integrity. Doing the right thing at all times when there's nobody watching you, right? Okay, so what's number 6? Or no?
You shall not murder.
You shall not murder. What does that mean, murder?
Killing somebody for no reason.
Killing somebody without cause, right? Right? And it's a cause, the cause to ever kill somebody is what?
Shooting
No. What's the reason? What would be a reason, a just cause to take someone else's life?
defending yourself.
Defending yourself. So if somebody is threatening your life, like physically threatening your life, not saying I'm gonna kill you, that's a threat, but it's not an imminent threat, like they're not about to do anything. But a physical imminent threat to your life. Not when they say that. If they're trying to actually take your life, if you defend yourself, that would be considered a justified reason to take somebody's life. But you should not do any murder, meaning killing without cause, right? That's supposed to be for men and what else? Who else? Say it. You was about to say it. And who else?
Men and women.
Not just men and women, but
The Most High.
and animals. There should be there's no reason you should kill animals without cause, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Huh? That's the cause. But you're not supposed to overindulge. So I understand, like, we overindulge, right? If you think about in these times right here, and even in the old days, they didn't eat meat with every meal. That's more of a modern thing. We didn't always eat meat with every meal. Meat was like a special occasion type thing. You ate meat on special occasions, but it wasn't an every meal type of thing. You didn't eat meat with every meal. So it would be a special occasion, they would say, okay, if we're having a feast, then notice the meat was eaten during feasts and wedding feasts and special occasions, but it wasn't a everyday thing. They didn't kill and slaughter and eat meat every single day. No way. It wouldn't be enough meat. Not back then. Yes, sir.
tigers or lions illegal?
Yes. Yes, they are considered an endangered species.
So why people do it?
Because they're wicked. People are wicked. Why do people kill people? Right? Wickedness. What about this one right here?
They're not commit adultery.
You should not commit adultery. What is adultery?
Adultery is when a man leaves his wife or divorces his wife for no reason and goes with another woman.
When a man goes with another woman, not necessarily. But yes, for no reason. That's it. When you don't have cause and you leave your wife, you commit adultery and you cause her to commit adultery. Right? I don't know.
Everybody in marriage is wrong with another woman.
Not necessarily. If a woman goes and steps out of the marriage to deal with another man, that is considered adultery. If a man leaves his wife without cause, then that would be considered adultery.
Like for no reason.
Yeah, for no reason. And there has to be some form of uncleanness found in her in order for him to do so. And if a man deals with a woman that's married to another man, that's considered adultery. Right? Okay, so number 8.
Should not steal.
You should not steal. I think you guys do a really good job at that one. That's not one that we have to, I've never known you to steal anything. None of you. So y'all do a really good job at that. But what just for good measure, what is stealing?
Stealing is
Go ahead now. It's your turn.
stealing is taking something without paying for it.
Taking something without paying for it. Yep. And what's the major thing with stealing? The something that you take without paying for it is what? Something that what? Say it again. Something that what? Oh, what'd you say? Something that belonged to somebody else. So if somebody got some food and you eat their food, that would be stealing. Don't eat other people's stuff. But if you take something from a store, or if you that's stealing. So you shall not steal. That's one of the commandments, right? What's number 9?
You should not give false testimony against your neighbor.
What does that mean?
That means lying on your neighbor, and if they didn't do it,
Yep.
if you did it, and you say they did it, but they really did it.
Yep. That's a false accusation, false testimony, false witness. You saying somebody did something that they didn't do, right? That's you shouldn't lie on anybody, right?
Yes.
So when you break something in the house, or if you do something in the house and something winds up breaking, and you know you're gonna get in trouble, you're not supposed to say, "It wasn't me. Maybe they did it," or "It wasn't me. He did it." Right? That's false witness or false testimony. Y'all with me? All right, number 10, enough.
You shall not
Covet.
covet anything that belongs to you.
What does it mean to covet?
Can you wait for him?
Hold on, it's on the knock. What does it mean to covet?
It's still something that's not yours.
No, that's stealing. What does it mean to covet?
When you kill somebody, so you can take their things.
That's murder.
Or no, I'm talking about like if they got something new and you have this same thing but it's old, and you try to kill them so you can take it.
It's something like that. What you got, Lily? When you what? What does it mean to lust? Lust is a real ambiguous word. What does it mean to lust? Say again. When you want something really bad, right? But it belongs to somebody else. So you're like, ooh, I want that so bad. But you don't want one of your own. You want theirs, right? That means covet. When you see my new shiny new car, and you be like, ooh, I want that car so bad, I'm gonna get that car from him, right? That means to covet something that belongs to your neighbor, right? Okay, so that's the 10 Commandments. So we're gonna learn today about Daniel and the lions. That's what I wanted to learn. So I'm gonna read the story. I'm using this children's Bible, right? I got another children's Bible around here somewhere, but it's actual scripture. It's King James Bible, but it's got like go grab that other children's Bible from over there. It's got like illustrations and stuff in it. I just want to show anybody that's watching in case they're interested in buying this. Is really nice, and I got the digital copy as well. Yes, sir. Huh? Yeah, good. You see it under there? You see it? No. That says dictionary. It's a children's Bible. Okay, I'll find it later. Don't worry about it. Okay, so let's start. Let's read this. It says, in the kingdom of Nebuchadnezzar came to an end. Just as the land of Judah had been taken by Nebuchadnezzar, so was Nebuchadnezzar's land of Babylon taken by the king of Persia. The new king, Darius, divided the country into many states. Each state had a governor. Darius needed someone to rule over all the governors. He needed a person who was wise and honest. He chose Daniel. So, some other men in the government were jealous of Daniel. They wanted to show the king that Daniel was not fit to rule the kingdom, but they could not find anything wrong with his work. The jealous men knew that Daniel was a Hebrew who prayed to Yah every day. So they came up with a plan to use his faith to get rid of him. So they were going to use the fact that he was a Hebrew and pray to the Most High to make him lose his position, right? So if anybody ever tried to challenge your faith, should you act like that's not really your faith? What should you do? Say it again. Say what? Stand your ground. That's right. Very good. So the men went to King Darius. "O king," they said, "you are the greatest king. We wish to honor you. We think the people should honor you too. Please make a law that says no one in the land may pray to any other god or man but you for the next 30 days. And if anyone disobeys the law, he should be thrown into a pit filled with lions." So what are they doing? What? Right? They trying to get rid of Daniel for praying to Yah. So they using a trick to the king. They say, because they know Daniel prayed to the Most High, right? So they said to the king, if anybody pray to anybody but you, then they should be thrown in the pit with lions, right? Because they knew that Daniel was praying to Yah, right? So they trying to think of a way to use that against them. Because people will use your faith against you. They'll use it to try to get you fired on your job, to try to get you in trouble at school. They did this to Daniel, and they did it to some other people too. So it says that Daniel made it a law, that Darius made it a law, and it was written down. A few days later, the men came to see the king. They told him that someone in the land was not obeying the new law. The Hebrew Daniel had been seen praying 3 times a day, even though he knew about the law. So Daniel prayed 3 times daily to the Most High. Morning, afternoon, and evening. He prayed 3 times a day to the Most High. And the men saw him, and they used that to say, look, he's praying to somebody else except you. All right? So what did that mean that they was going to do to Daniel? Throw him in the lion pit. So it says, now King Darius saw that the men had tricked him, but the law was in writing, and it could not be undone. Daniel was taken to the pit. I'm sorry, King Darius said, you have been faithful to your Elohim, and I pray that he will rescue you. So the men threw Daniel into the pit with the hungry lions. The men put a stone over the pit so he could not escape. So what you think gonna happen? He in this pit with these hungry lions. How are you gonna die?
Because they're hungry and lions like to eat. And we're made out of meat.
So what that mean? What that mean?
He's not going to die.
How you know? But I'm saying, if somebody take you to a pit with hungry lions in it and put a stone over the top, what you think could happen?
They could probably eat.
They could probably eat you, but why wouldn't they eat you? Let's find out. Let's find out.
Because God has control of their.
That's right, because the Most High got control, right? It says all night Darius worried about Daniel. He couldn't eat or sleep, and in the morning he ran to the pit. Daniel, he called. Was your Elohim able to save you from the lions? Let's see. From inside the pit, Daniel said, my Elohim sent a malak. You know what a malak is?
No, the thing over your head. Oh no.
A messenger, angel, right? Sent the angel to keep the lions from eating me. O king, I have never done anything to hurt you. The stone was taken away, and Daniel came out of the pit. Elohim had saved him because he was faithful and true. King Darius saw this and ordered his people to honor the Elohim of Daniel. So, why did the Most High save Daniel?
So he would die because he prayed.
But what it says, listen, I'm going to read it again. It says the stone was taken away, and Daniel came out of the pit. Yah had saved him because he was faithful and true. What does it mean to be faithful? So faithful is broken down into two words, right? What two words? Faithful. Faith and full. So what does it mean to be faithful?
He had faith in God because and God had control of everybody in the land.
Yep.
So he made the lions don't eat them.
Right. So because Daniel was what? Full of faith. What does that mean, full of faith? What does faith mean? What is faith? What's another word for faith? So how would it be? Say it again. Believe, right? So to be faithful, full of faith, means that he believed in Yah completely. He believed that Yah had control. Exactly what I said. That Yah had control over everything. He believed strongly, full of faith. So that's how we got to be, right? Full of faith. That no matter how tough something seems, no matter how impossible, that even when if you're thrown into a pit of hungry lions, that you know that the Most High have the last say. He got control, right? Right? Over everything. So continue to stand strong, like Lele said, full of faith, like BJ said, because y'all got control, like Nani said, right? To be over everything, to control anything. So we don't have to be afraid, because one thing, if you get thrown in the pit of lions, what you gonna be? But you shouldn't be scared because y'all got control, right? So if Daniel could be thrown in the pit of lions and not be scared, that means that you should never be scared of anything. Anything, right? Because a lot of things happen and sometimes we're scared, like it's dark. So, but you don't have to be afraid of the dark. You don't have to be afraid of monsters. You don't have to be afraid of nothing. Right? You don't have to be afraid of nothing because the Most High got control, so don't be scared. Right? Be faithful. Full of faith. Right? We good? That's the end of that story. Full of faith or belief. Very good.
I know why Daniel was praising the Most High and not praising the king. Because if you praise the king and not the Most High, you basically
Very good. That's part of the commandments, right? You shall not make for yourself an idol, and you shall have no other before him, right? So he would have been breaking the commandment had he prayed to the king instead of the Most High, right? Go ahead, Nani.
He's technically giving the king in front of the Most High the praying to him.
That's right. That's right. So you would have made a god out of the king, right? All right. We all good? Y'all get that?
Yes.
Okay. So how do we normally end off? 3? Is it enough for y'all? I don't think y'all can be loud enough. It's only 3 of y'all, 4 of y'all. Hey, August.
Let's do one.
Just one? Let me see if y'all can be loud enough. Ready? On the count of 3.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, one more. Let me see.
1, 2, 3.
That's pretty good. Last one.
1, 2, 3.
That's good. Yeah. All right. Signing off. We'll see y'all in about another hour for the regular lesson. But y'all have a good day. See y'all in a bit.